Alright guys, so today we learned how to simplify a rational expression and how to figure out the domain of that. So in numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, all we want to know is find the numbers that must be excluded from the domain. So that's all we need to do is figure out what's not going to be part of the domain. So remember, you take whatever is going to make the denominator equal to 0. So you can either solve in your head or you can write it out. I'm going to write out the first one so that you understand what I was doing. I took the denominator, set it equal to 0, and so x is equal to 3. So 3 is the number that would be excluded, not part of the domain, because it makes the denominator equal to 0. In number 2, we have to factor first. So this is going to be x plus 5 and x minus 5, because that's the difference of two squares. So that's what this is going to become. And so in this particular case, the x plus 5 and the x plus 5 will simplify, leaving you with 1 over x minus 5. So the one number that has to be excluded would be positive 5. In number 3, we have x plus 7 and x minus 7, because that's the difference of two squares again. The x plus 7s will cancel, leaving you with 1 over x minus 7. And so the number that would need to be excluded would be positive 7. In number 4, this is going to factor into x plus 10 times x plus 1. We are looking for two factors of 10 that add up to 11. So 10 times 1 is 10, and 10 plus 1 is 11. So nothing can cancel, which means we have two numbers. We have negative 10 and we have negative 1, where this would become 0. So those two numbers would need to be excluded from the domain. In number 5, we're going to simplify and then find all the numbers that need to be excluded from the domain. So the top one on this one is going to be factored using the GCF. It's got a GCF of 3. So this is going to be 3 times x minus 3. The bottom one, we're looking for two factors of 9 that add up to negative 6, and that's going to be negative 3 and negative 3. So when we factor this, we notice that our x minus 3's can be canceled out, leaving us with 3 divided by x minus 3. And so x cannot equal positive 3. I guess up here we should probably put cannot equal those numbers. All right, number 6. GCF on the top of 4, so 4 times x minus 2. On the bottom, we're looking two factors of 4 that add up to negative 4, and that's negative 2 and negative 2. So our negative x minus 2's are going to cancel, leaving you with 4 divided by x minus 2. And so x cannot equal positive 2. Okay, on the next one, the top, we're looking for two factors of 36 that add up to negative 12. That's going to be a negative 9 and, I'm sorry, not negative 9. 6 and 6, negative 6 and negative 6. So negative 6 times negative 6 is 36, and negative 6 and negative 6 is negative 12. On the bottom, when we take out a 4, we have x minus 6 as the leftovers after the greatest common factor. So minus 6 and minus 6 are going to cancel, leaving us with x minus 6 divided by 4. Now, since there's no x on the bottom, then there is no number that can be excluded, because every number will work. There's nothing that will make the denominator equal to 0. Number 8, on the top, we've got two factors of 16 that add up to negative 8. That's going to be a negative 4 and a negative 4. And then on the bottom, we have 3 times x minus 4 when you take out the greatest common factor. So the x minus 4's can cancel, leaving you with x minus 4 on top and a 3 on the bottom. And again, we're in a situation where we have no letters in the denominator, so there are no numbers that need to be excluded from the domain. Number 9, two factors of negative 18 that add up to 7 are going to be 9 and 2. So y plus 9 and y minus 2. 9 minus 2 is 7. 9 times negative 2 is negative 18. On the bottom, two factors of 2 that add up to negative 3 are going to be minus 2 and minus 1. Two negatives make a positive 2, and then two negatives make a negative 3 when you add them. So the minus 2's will cancel, leaving me with y plus 9 divided by y minus 1. So the number that cannot be included is going to be a positive 1. Number 10, two factors of 36 that add up to 12. We've got x plus 6 times x plus 6. And then on the bottom we have x plus 6 times x minus 6. That's a difference of 2 squares there. So the x plus 6's are going to cancel, leaving me with x plus 6 divided by x minus 6. And so x cannot equal positive 6. I forgot to box our simplified answers.